a pool is the perfect place to be spending this Labor Day.
Yeah, or maybe even just our backyard pond, Stacy.
Yes, just get really close to the waterfall.
Well, it's funny. I was watching a frog just like took a quick dip and then he jumped right back out. You know, he just needed that little chance to cool off.
Right.
I don't blame him.
Need.
Yeah, I know. I'd be right in there with him, but I don't have a change of clothes, so we'll persevere out here. Temperature in our backyard up to about 90 degrees for many of you. Temperatures at 90 and feeling hotter than that because it's awfully humid. That combination of heat and humidity. It's going to be sticking around for a little while. We didn't deal with a lot of this here this summer, but it looks like we've got another few days here where it's going to be really stuffy. Let's see where we've seen the thermometers top out at this afternoon. Many of you in central Pennsylvania have made it into the low 90s. Officially speaking, looks like we're around 89. I'm kind of looking at some of those what we call inter-hourly observations down the road for us at the Avoca Airport, and I've seen like one or two spots tick up to 90, but officially speaking, at least to this point, 89 is the high. We'll see if we can get to 90. If we do, it would start the clock on our potential heat wave. We haven't done one of those yet this summer. In fact, we've only seen 5 days so far this year with a temperature of 90 degrees or warmer. In an average year, by the time it all wraps up, we usually see 10. We've got the chance to get up to around 90 the next few days, so I think this number will climb. I think that record from 2005 will remain safe for another year. Here's where we stand. It's 91 in our backyard, although it just dropped out, but it is 91. 90s, Stillwater, Glen Lyon, 87 in Forkston, 88 in the elevations of Lopez, 92 Lewisburg, as well as in Tower City. 88's pretty popular from Auburn to Frackville, up to Nescopec, down to Lehighton, and over to Saylorsburg. 81, though, in Lake Harmony. We've seen some clouds, especially here in northeastern Pennsylvania, down through the Poconos. As you head out west, though, it is a whole bunch more clear, and because you're seeing more clearing, the temperature is a little bit warmer. Looking at the northeast visible radar and satellite, you can see not much popping up on radar and just some cloudiness mainly scraping northeastern areas. So it's going to be a stuffy night, no doubt about it. We're in the upper 60s for an overnight low. That's mostly clear skies. For tomorrow, yeah, some of the schools going back. It's going to be a warm start to the day. Low 70s in the morning. Afternoon looks like we'll be up to the low 90s again. We've got a few more days, it looks like, where temperatures could be up around 90 degrees or so. That may carry us right through about Thursday. Average high this time of year, oh, by the way, 79 degrees. So we're surging well up ahead of that. And we were mentioning the pools. Good week to just leave it open. Maybe think about closing it this upcoming weekend, though, because longer range outlooks looking into the middle of the month looks like some cooler temperatures are on the way. So you've got another week to go, including myself. We do have a heat advisory in effect for the Wyoming and Lackawanna valleys tomorrow. That's just that combination of heat and humidity. Feels like temperatures up to about 95. Just because you don't have a shading anywhere doesn't mean it's not going to be hot. It's going to be hot everywhere. Just some semantics with how these things get issued. Just get ready for a couple of hot days coming up. There is the chance for some rain coming in here later in the week, going into the weekend, and that'll mark the end of the real steamy stuff that we're going to be experiencing. So dry tomorrow, dry on Wednesday, but by Thursday later in the day, we've got this approaching front. Could lead to some showers, maybe some rumbles of thunder in there. Looks like things will quiet down for Thursday night, but by Friday afternoon, more showers, more storms. Those may have a little bit more bite to them. We'll see how that plays out. And then for the weekend, some scattered showers Saturday, perhaps a shower coming through on Sunday. So Sunday right now, at least, looking like the better of the two weekend days. For the most part, the tropics, while they've been active, we haven't seen much in the way of activity getting close to land. Of course, Idalia being that exception. But we're going to have to keep a close eye on what is being dubbed Invest 95. And as this thing tracks off to the west, here's some of the latest spaghetti plot models from the Hurricane Center. And they do try to take a track, and then it is expected to what we call recurve, meaning it goes moving from east to west and instead kind of moves off towards the north. But where that curve happens will be important. We're going to have to keep a close eye on this. Nowhere close to us. We've got more than 7 days before it have any kind of impact on the United States. But again, given the lack of tropical talk for us, especially here in the Northeast, that's something we're going to have to keep our eyes on, again, probably in about 10 to 14 days' time. That's the next 7 days. You can see it's going to be hot. 90s, whole bunch of them. Some storms coming in here later in the week. Does look cooler as we go into the upcoming weekend. So a little envious of the frog out here in the backyard, Stacy. He's nice and cool. Now he's just chilling. All he's missing is a beer.
Yeah, he's almost living his best life.
Yeah, well, guess he's not the Budweiser frog.
Right. Thanks so much, John.